Hello, maurieo. How to use Excel, generate Lotto numbers 2. Well, hello. Welcome back to the second in this series of videos. As I said at the beginning of the first video, Excel is one of the most used programs in civil engineering. And it's important that you learn to, first of all, know its capabilities. And then that sort of seeds you into thinking of all the things that it can be done. So I have had a look around at various YouTube videos and things that have shown me the capabilities of this, and I've looked for this particular simple sort of simulation to show, just scratch the surface. The other day I was observing some students doing some work with Excel, and one of my biggest problems I have with Excel is because if you're sitting in front of Excel with a calculator, calculating numbers and typing them into Excel, you're doing it wrong. That's not how you do it. Excel is a very powerful calculation machine. It can do every calculation that your calculator can do, plus more, and draw graphs and all those other things. So that's the capability that you need to be tapping into. And it's not a process, it's not something that you can pick up overnight. It takes years and years of use and continual upgrading and study. So these students were sitting in front of their Excel spreadsheet, typing in their numbers, and I said, what are you doing? And they said, oh, we're doing this. They'd been there, they were very conscientiously they'd been there for about 4 or 5 hours. And I'm not trying to tell you how clever I am, I'm just trying to say that I went along and said, oh, you're doing it, oh, okay. Well, what happens if you do this, this, and this, and this calculates that, and that calculates that? And it turned out that I was able to pretty much do in about 20 minutes what they'd spent all day doing. And they were pleased on the one hand that they'd got their work done, but it was a great lesson actually, because they could have done in 20 minutes what they did 5 hours, and they were grinding away at it there. So it's well worth the effort getting into the Excel spreadsheet. So with that said, let's move on here and see if we can get this thing going again. I keep getting back to there, don't I? So here it is here. So this is where we left off last time, and now what I'm going to do is create another sheet of the workbook. So the whole file is considered a workbook, and then these are the sheets of the workbook. So I can just push this little plus one here, and that'll give us sheet 2. And I'm going to rename that one, and I'm going to call it result, like that, result. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set out in the result spreadsheet, and I've just realized that I'm still up there, so hopefully you can see what I've done. I'll just go to the large screen. So this is the little plus button that I pushed to get the second sheet there, and then I just rename, right click in there, rename, and I've called it result. Now what I'm going to do with this spreadsheet is I'm going to just here in this sheet, this row. So these are columns. These are your columns, and these are your rows. So what I'm going to do is I just want to make the things square sort of thing. So I'm going to make that round about 1, 2, 3, 4, like that there. So that's if you go back to my little example here, go back to here. These are you can see how these are all forming up and generate the numbers. Okay, so we go back to here to the video. So there we go. These are all starting to form up now, and we'll put them in the C. So what I'm going to do there is I'm just going to fill that in black. So that's the font colour there. I want the fill colour here. I want mine black. I like black on white. Okay, like so. And what happened there? Fill. Oh, I'm going to go with black. Like that there. Okay, and the other thing I'm going to do just while I'm here, I'm going to label the font colour in that white. Now there is no font in there just yet, but that makes it a little bit easier to do that now. Hopefully, if we just put some font in there, yes, we can see that it'll come out white. Delete. Okay, so now I'm going to copy that. A number of ways of copying. I use a lot of, well, I don't use a lot. I use some keyboard shortcuts. So you could, for instance, go into here and copy, and then into here you can go paste. Okay, and then you could paste in there, or alternatively, push escape, I can go in here, Control C and Control V, which is a pretty universal thing there. I've got that held there, and Control V. So there's my 6, 1, 2, 3, no it's not, that's only 5, 1, 2, 3, 5, and here there's my 6th one here, V. Alright, so that's them all sorted, and now what I'm going to do is put a little formula in each one, and the one that I'm going to use is called VLOOKUP. So we'll put that in there, and it's called VLOOKUP. Okay, VLOOKUP. And what we're going to do is we're going to look up our numbers from our previous sheet there. So we should put an equal sign in front of that so that the thing knows that it's a formula, VLOOKUP. And then we just put a bracket there like that. And you can see there what it's looking for. Now the value that we want to put in there is we want to go back to the Calcs worksheet, and we want to look up from F1, okay, which is this one here. So we want to look up there, okay, and we want that to be, we'll push F4 there, okay, F4, not 4, like that. So we want that, we want to look up that. So that's the one that we're going to look up there, okay, from that spreadsheet there. So that's our lookup value. That's what we're going to look up. And then we're going to go to the table array. So where are we going to look this up? And again, we're going to go back to Calcs, and we're going to look it up from B2. So we're going to look it up in here into C41. Okay, like that there. And again, we're going to make those absolute values. Okay, from B to B, no, we're going to look it up in here. Okay, we're going to look up in there for our number 1. Okay, and these, again, F4 to put the dollar signs in. You can put the dollar signs in manually if you wish. Okay, so that's we're going to look up in that particular range, and we're going to go comma in the second column. So that's the table, the second column, and comma, if it's not in there, it's going to be false. If it's not the top one, it's going to be false. So FALSE, like so, and then we're going to close the brackets. enter, and VLOOKUP calcs like that. That's going to go in there, and then we're going to put that in the middle. Okay, and calcs F1, calcs B2, and we're probably going to make that 24, and we'll make it bold. I can go a bit bigger than that, maybe 36. Okay, all right, and it's going number 1. Okay, each lookout counts. Okay, so we just should go back to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay, and okay, vertical lookup counts dollars. Yes, F1. And this one here should be. I'm just checking what I've got here. It's very easy to get these wrong, and then capture. That should be B2 to C41. B2 to C41. Yep. Okay. And oh, I see. So if that seems to be working out. So if we go back to here, I hadn't given it time to calculate. If we go back to here, we'll see the number 1 number is 6. So that's all working out good. So now we're going to copy that, Control C, and we're going to Control C, Control V. We're going to copy that over to there. So let's just go Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V, and you can see that they're all the same number. So we want them to be different. So these have got to work across. So that one there is C. If that one, oh sorry, that one there's F. This one here will be H. Okay. Okay. This one here J. Just missing out one here J. Okay. This one here L. JKL. This one, oops, what happened there? L. Oh, I think that's, oops. Something's gone a bit awry there. Just Control C, copy that into there. And that'll be 28. JK. That should be L. And this one here, I'll just check back in here. So that's FG. Oh, I see what I've done. I thought I'd, yeah, this should be, oh, this one should be G. Yes. Yeah, and this one here, H, I, J, so these are moving across, and this one here, K. Okay, so that's how that all works. Oh, 25. I'll just have a look here. Format, column width, 8.11. Cancel. Format, column width, I don't think that's going to like 8.11. Oh yeah, no it does. Yep, so that somehow got extended. So there you are, we have now our things there like that. But every time we push enter, they should, every time we do something, they change. But we can recalculate them if we want, just by pushing F9. And that'll give us all of our numbers are now starting to generate there like so. So they're all generating there like that. Okay. Now we want to make that so, like if we go into here and push enter or something like that, it'll change the numbers. So let's just have a look at there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 should be 16 in this case here. So if we look at 16, that's the fifth highest. Okay, 1, so we go 1 is 8, so 20, so let's see, 32 should be 3, 32 would be 3, and so on. So that's all working pretty good. So we just, at this stage, just push F9, okay, all right, like that. And there you are, we've got our numbers all generating. Now, one of the things we want to do is that we want to keep those numbers there. So one of the little steps that we have to do here is we go to the formulas and we just calculation options, and we're just going to make it manual. So what that means is it'll stay put until we push F9, and then that'll change our values. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this one here, and I think it's a convenient place to stop. I've been going for about 17 minutes, and that's got it all set up. So the next thing we've got to do now is to write some macros and put the button in there, and then just tidy it all up so that it comes back to what we started with. And there we have a nice little thing that we can generate our lotto numbers for. And obviously, if you want to carry on with that and put in the Powerball and the other one that I should have looked up in the break between the videos but didn't, away you go, and you can generate that. So that's pretty good. So I'm going to just finish up there for now, and cheers, see you.